Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Open Studio. We're coming to you from Cape Town TV. As always, I'm your host for today's show. My name is Danny Kambwa. We've got another interesting topic for you guys today, also got to do with coding, and we are joined in studio by two lovely ladies who goes by the name of Amanda and Leslie from an amazing organization called Babesgotbytes. Okay, they're the two of the three that founded this amazing organization, running this amazing initiative. So today we're going to touching a bit more about the future of coding and also computers within our generation or within our country. So for those that's watching at home, coding lovers out there, computer lovers out there that's currently tuned in and interested to hear what this show's all about, can you guys just introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your history and how you got into Babesgotbytes? We can start with you, Amanda.
Amanda, I grew up in Eastern Cape, Butterworth. Came to Cape Town 2009. Finished up matric 2011. Then I worked at Katanga Parking Service as a parking controller.
Okay.
There I was mostly interested in the tech side as there were tech guys there. Then I decided to search for something that will include me there.
Okay.
I went to Brothers for All, did coding, started coding there, searched to apply at Cape College. Where then after that I was self-taught using Code Academy.
Okay.
Then that's where Coded got me. They sent me an email, then I applied to them. Then I started doing web development at Codex.
Okay. Wow. And you, Leslie?
I was born and bred in East London, and after matric in 2016, I went to varsity, Walter Sisulu University, to do financial information systems.
Okay.
So financial information systems is a combination of accounting and IT. And I was more interested in the IT side of things. So I wasn't really interested in accounting. I was only doing accounting because that's what I knew back then, because I did commerce in high school.
Yeah.
But then I did not like the course I was doing. So I decided to do more research about what this IT industry is all about. So while I was browsing through the internet the other day, I saw an article about Project Codex. So I got really interested in what it's all about. So I read the article and I read what they're all about, and then I applied at Codex. And then luckily they accepted me, and so I dropped out of the course that I was doing, and then I came here in Cape Town, and yeah,
Wow.
that's where I do.
So
Yeah.
speaking about coding and computer science and computers in general, we are moving towards the fourth industrial revolution. All right. So how important is it for you guys to think that they should improve the skills of technology, within the schools, within our institutions, while we are moving towards this change?
I feel like it is very important for people to have these skills, because a lot of banks are retrenching now. Like a lot of skills are not going to be relevant in the near future. Like for example now, some banks don't need receptionists because AI is taking over, because robots can do the work now. So a lot of skills that are available now are not going to be available in the near future. So people need to be advanced and learn how these things work.
Oh wow! Like I've just taken interest in what you mentioned, where I've seen this at one of the banks. When you go in, you see a machine standing in front of you, and you just press on it. I see it clicks as well now, where you just take the slip, and then you wait for the tailor to help you. So there's no receptionist anymore, which really makes sense now. And I think McDonald's is also busy with that now, where you go into McDonald's, you just put in whatever you need. You don't even have to make an order over the counter anymore. You just do that, go sit and wait for you. Wow, things are really changing.
And now shops, you're not going to even have a person in the shop now. You're just going to have a machine. Then you just tell it what you want, and then it gives to you.
Wow. And you, Amanda, what do you think? How important is it that we skill ourselves?
I think it is very important for us to upskill ourselves because as people are getting retrenched, they need to upskill instead of taking that as a disadvantage. They have to take that as an advantage to learn something new so that they can't be left behind on the coming fourth revolution industry. So that's what I'm thinking.
Wow. So Babesgotbytes, this is what you guys are actually focusing on right now. What you are trying to do is to create awareness where this thing is concerned. And how far have you guys come with doing that? within the organization, how far have you guys come to actually creating awareness, reaching out to children, to young people, to communities, and telling them, hey, the world is changing, and you got to change with it. So how has that been like for you guys where the organization is concerned?
So we have workshops, so we have events whereby we invite people to come over, and we have introduction to coding, and we have introduction to other things in technology, whereby we invite experts, people that are experts in the field, to share their stories and how they got into the tech industry and how the struggles they had and everything, to just inspire the learners.
Oh wow!
And another thing, we have a lady we were working with, who is Londi. Where we were working with her, the reason why she started coding is because she was retrenched at Luno.
Okay.
So that's the main example of fourth revolution industrial that is coming and is already started. Wow. So she is the very best example in this industry. Wow. And she didn't take it bad. She took a step towards it. Yeah.
And so it's obviously something to be prepared for. I mean, if companies are already taking that step, because everybody wants to be one step ahead of the other, and if you're not equipped enough, you will be left behind. So that's basically it. So what is Babesgotbytes doing actually, in promoting IT and also, inspiring young people to take this as a career, to go and study further?
So Babesgotbytes goes to schools and communities. So that's where we preach the technology, how it is, why should we start coding, and why is it important to our youth or our children to grow up with. Wow. Because so many people in town, in urban areas, they already started with coding, but the rural areas, they are the ones that need more skills.
Yeah, and you can see it, we can even compare it with amongst our own people within our own country, where a certain group is already like ahead, advanced than the others. And you can see it also in the major countries, like for example China and some of African countries. You can see the difference.
And that's one of the reasons why we have Babesgotbytes, because we've seen that a lot of people in the township and rural areas, they have that mentality that when you talk about technology and innovation, we're talking about China and America and these other developed countries, and they never think that these
tech something that they can do
on their own and in the environment. Okay, wow, ladies. So we're gonna take a quick short break, all right? And I can already see this topic is heating up. When you guys are starting to throw these punches, speaking about big words here, so I can already feel we're getting there. All right, so for those that's watching at home, guys, I urge you to stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. If coding, IT, or anything computer related is what you want to do, then this show is just for you, so do stay tuned. See you now. Hey guys, if you just tuned in, you're not too late. Welcome to Open Studio. Okay, we're coming to you from Cape Town TV. Like we mentioned earlier on, we've got two lovely ladies with me in studio from the organization called Babesgotbytes. Okay, they go by the name of Amanda and Lihle. Okay, you guys are two of the founders of the organization. There's actually three of you guys, but unfortunately we could not get the other one here today. So the three of you guys came up with the organization, and the main purpose is to raise awareness to fourth industrial revolution, basically, to help unprivileged children, women, to learn and get into coding and what computer related fields that there is to offer. All right, so just to continue on that, we spoke a little bit about your history personally and how you got involved into coding, and also how what the organization is doing, to assist. So just to think, when we mentioned how easy it is to compare, what the urban area and the rural area is doing in terms of technology, how advanced the one is compared to the others. So if we look at it in a broader perspective, in your opinion, what do you think, for example, China, all these other countries that are already so advanced in technology are doing that we on this side are not doing, or that we can better or change?
So the best important thing that I think we can do as parents first, before teachers, parents should stop giving children the toys that are not useful for future. For example, you can buy Lego pieces for a child so that they can be open-minded. They can think big. They can create the house with the Lego pieces. So that will help the child to grow in mind as they're still young, and help them with the small computers. There are kids' computers that they can use, so that they can be able, so that they can't be scary of the computers, and expose them into different perspective of the locations. Take them to waterfront, for example, so they can see many people, because some of our black children, they fear to see a white person. For example, in the organization last Saturday, we had a visitor, so some of them, they even cried because they didn't expect to see a white person. So I think it is important for us as a parent to take a step to our children, so that we can brighten their future.
Wow, what do you think?
And also to parents, please stop choosing careers for your children. Let your children choose their own careers, because parents still have that thing that you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be this and that and that. But if you leave the children to actually choose their own careers, please, that's my urge too.
And the most important thing in take career, you can work at home, you can do both things. If you want to be a lawyer, you can work as a lawyer while you're busy a developer.
Wow. Freelancing developer.
Yes.
Wow. So the field is big.
Yes,
and there's many
big.
ways of going
about it.
about
And we already
it.
have a child who has that dream. She wants to be a doctor, and at the same time, she wants to start, as she started developing, being a developer. So she wants to be able to work as a developer while she's starting to be a doctor.
Wow. So you guys, like you mentioned now earlier on, the what is lacking within our communities. And it starts at home, like you mentioned. You have to plant that seed from home already, so that it grows within the future. And something you mentioned now that makes sense was that do not give kids toys that is not of benefit to the future, And also, many people are making anything these days, as long as they keep the children busy. People are not even taking note of whatever they give the children, as long as they're not disturbed from whatever they're doing, and that is dangerous. So you guys at Babesgotbytes, what programs are you running? You see, you mentioned that you guys had a speaker, so I'll assume that you guys get people to come in also and have a chat with these kids also. Yes. So what other programs are you guys running, or what should we expect if we come into the organization? What will we see?
So if you come to the organization, you should know that you will face the talk, because sometimes we have the pod, whereby we get to understand each other, because we want to understand our kids. We don't have to judge from what you're doing in the class, not knowing what is happening behind. Another thing, we want to know if you have learned. So after the class, we always have a retrospective time, whereby you tell us, what did you learn, what is it that you think is important on what you learn, and what was your struggle, how did you overcome your struggle.
Wow.
So in that way, it teaches a child to be able to talk to other people, so they won't fear other people, because now we are nervous because we didn't have that time back while we were young. So we're trying to help them into public speaking and so on and so forth.
And talking about public speaking, they also do presentation every now and then. So they create this website of theirs, and then after that, after they completed the website, they have to present it in front of everyone. Oh, wow. So that's how we practice public speaking.
So another thing that I'm missing, at the end of November, we'll have a hackathon, whereby they will be creating their website.
You will have a what, sorry?
Hackathon.
A hackathon, okay.
Yes. So they will be creating their website, and they will be presenting in front of many people who will be our audience.
Wow. So
and just to add on that, people who don't know what a hackathon is. So a hackathon is a coding challenge or competition whereby developers or designers get together and they create applications.
So where is this competition going to take place? Have you guys decided already?
At Codex.
At Codex. Okay, so are you guys in partnership with them, or you just, part of the competition, or you got participants?
We're in partnership with them.
You're in partnership.
Because we Codex graduates.
Oh, wow. Okay, so one hand washes the other. Yes. Oh, that's perfect. That's lovely. So we're going to go into another short break. But before we do that, just from your side, working with such number of people, such number of kids, with the ideas that you guys have. Just briefly, before we go into a short break, what has been like a challenge that you guys are facing currently? What is the major challenge that you would say that you can both agree on?
The most challenge that we're facing on our kids, they lacking the transport money. Some of them they have the issues back at home. So when they're here, we have to have the food for them. So we have to sit down with them. As I said, we have the pod. The pod is whereby we sit down with them and ask the challenges that they have. Even if they're not sure about the challenges, they will say something that they don't like that is happening. So we just coming up with a solution for them.
Wow. And what would you say? What do you think is the biggest challenge you have?
I think it's the space. I feel like we need our own space. We need computers and laptops, because currently now we're using the school's resources, and they have very poor computers, and the internet is very slow. So if we could get our own space and laptops and
then it'll work. Okay. So we're just going to take a short break quickly, guys. When we come back, we're going to tap in more of those challenges and see where we can change and what we can fix, to make this work for our young ones and also for our community. So for those that's tuning in at home, for those that's watching at home, guys, I urge you to not go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this. All right, guys, welcome to It's a Feel Good Show. You're watching Open Studio on Cape Town TV. I'm your host for today's show. My name is Danny Kambo. Guys, we're almost at the end of our episode, but you are not too late if you just tune in. We're talking to Babesgotbytes, two amazing ladies here joining me in studio. Goes by the name of Amanda and Leslie. All right, they are doing coding and also using their knowledge to help empower and inspire other young people within the organization, and also women to get into the industry and tap into whatever computer-related fields they are to offer. So, ladies, to continue our conversation, we spoke a little bit about your history of Babesgotbytes, how it came about, the challenges you're currently facing, just to tap more on the challenges that is preventing you guys from, succeeding to the point where you want to be. Can you just highlight those challenges to us again, and what do you think can be done differently in support from either the government or the community, to make this project work as smoothly as it can?
If the community would help us, or government help us to get the laptops or computers and the space, that will be the first thing to help to be big for us, so we can be able to teach the children without fear, and the internet as well. So we need it in order for us to be connected to everything that we want to do. So that's what we need the most.
Yeah.
Would you agree on that, Amanda?
Yeah, that's the main thing. That's the main challenge. If we could get the space and the laptops, then
and the internet.
Yeah, and then I feel like everything would run smoothly. And also, if we could get maybe a sponsor that could sponsor us because we have a lot of people that want to volunteer, but they cannot volunteer because they don't have transport money. So if we could get a sponsor that could pay for their stipend for traveling expenses, that would be pretty great.
So, planning ahead is always great, it's always perfect, but we have to set small goals, to want to achieve the bigger goals. So what have you guys put in place so far? Because you mentioned that you've got a competition coming up at Codex, if I'm not mistaken. So what goals have you guys set out so far, in preparation for that with the children?
So we want to invite other girls from other organizations that are doing coding, and our girls as well. So they will be all there at Codex, and they will. So we will have topics that they will choose, and then from those topics they'll think of problems that concerning those topics, and then from those problems they come up with solutions on how they can solve those problems using a digital application. And from there, they in groups they then create a digital application that solves that problem.
Okay. Will you agree with that, Amanda?
Yes, I agree with that. That's the thing that they will do there.
Wow. So thinking ahead now, thinking the future, Babesgotbytes, you guys are actually moving with technology right now. You've tapped into the right spot, and you're getting the reaction that's necessary and that's required. Well, for this particular activity. So thinking of the future, you guys mentioned you want to go abroad, you want to go into the Eastern Cape. Where do you see yourself in the next few years? So 3 to 5 years.
Babesgotbytes school, tech school.
Babesgotbytes tech school.
Yeah, we want to have a school.
Yes.
Babesgotbytes school that will be that will have branches in all over South African provinces. So over these schools, we want to teach not just coding, but other areas as well, other areas in technology as well, such as your AI, your data science, and everything concerning technology. Yeah.
You know, do you think enough awareness is being created in terms of preparing us for what's about to come where technology is concerned? You know, are they doing enough to what's the word? Are they doing enough to, you know, for the kids especially, you know, to help them realize that things are changing? Do you think enough advertisement is being done? Enough awareness programs is being done?
I think the awareness program are not done very well to the children, because in most of the schools that we went, they've no knowledge of what is coding is. They don't even know how to use a computer. So that begins there. The computer literate is another skill that is needed.
Yeah.
So that's why we started Babesgotbytes, so we can make them all aware.
And what do you say, Amanda?
I feel like there's not enough coding awareness in this country, because when you get to in the urban areas, there's enough resources, but when you get to the township and the rural areas, nothing. There's not enough that's being done for those people that live in the rural areas and townships.
And even when President addresses that, he wants to start all the schools to have the coding programs, coding subjects. In communities that are disadvantaged, there is no one who knows that. They just said, "Oh, we had President." That shows that there is no awareness.
There's no awareness at all, and even the teachers themselves are battling to understand how the computer works. You know, so for those that's watching at home that want to do coding or want to be part of the project, what careers will they be able to tap into in the near future?
In the near future, there would be web development, software development, creating applications and websites, and there's data science, and there's machine learning, artificial intelligence, your robotics, and then there is data analyst, cybersecurity. There's a lot.
There's a lot. Yeah, so for those that want to get in contact with you guys and want to join the class, or want to be a volunteer, or even want to donate or fund, how can they go about it?
They can go to our website. It's www.babesgotbytes.co.za, or email, it's babesgotbytes@gmail.com, and on Twitter it's @babes_got, and then on Facebook it's Babesgotbytes, and on LinkedIn it's Babesgotbytes.
Babesgotbytes. Wow. Amanda, are you happy with that?
Yes, I'm happy
We've
with
missed
that.
no letters, we've missed no words. So it's www.babesgotbytes.co.za, and that's the website. All right, and just for one more time, just give us the other socials, the LinkedIn and the Facebook.
So Facebook it's Babesgotbytes, and on LinkedIn it's Babesgotbytes.
Okay, Facebook is Babesgotbytes and LinkedIn is Babesgotbytes. All right. So guys, like you know, when we get to this time of the show, we've actually come to the end of the show. All right. So I thank you once again for coming through. You know, sharing your knowledge with us, showing us your experience, and also your willingness to wanting to help those that are not able to help themselves. So for that, we thank you. And also for those that's watching at home, thank you so much for being part of this conversation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, you can also find us on our social media platforms, on our Facebook page. We are Open Studio on Cape Town TV, and our website is www.capetowntv.org. So I'm signing out, guys, for today. My name is Danny Kamba. Till next time, we'll see you. Bye-bye.